How's it going, Maikya Family? In today's video I'm going to be attempting Fire Red with only Porygon. This is my first challenge type video, so if you want to see more like this, be sure to click that like button down below. Now as for the rules for the video. Rule 1. Porygon can be used and only used. Other Pokemon can only be used for HM purposes. Rule 2. I can't use any items in battle to heal any HP or statuses, however held items are allowed. Rule 3. No cheats, glitches or exploits, and no save states in the middle of battle where saves aren't possible. Now before we get into the video, let me know what Pokemon and which game you'd like to see me challenge next. Comments help my videos get promoted in the algorithm after all. Now looking at Porygon's stats, we can see it's fairly bulky, average speed, but it has a mighty high special attack stat which I'll be using to my advantage with moves such as Psybeam and Thunderbolt. Starting out, we pick Porygon in the place of Squirtle as I feel that Venusaur will be the bulkiest Pokemon to beat. We then take on Gary and destroy his Bulbasaur without a problem. I hope the rest of the run isn't this easy. Looking at our moveset, we can clearly see there is nothing of much use besides Tackle, which we'll carry with us until we learn Psybeam at level 12. Hopefully we can learn this before Brock, as it could prove a challenge otherwise. We jump straight into Viridian Forest without an issue and grind a little on Route 2 to get Psybeam for the gym. We go straight into the gym and head for Camp Liam and his team. Luckily for us, he was a pushover. We go against Brock and have an easy time. I just spam Psybeam and his Pokemon drop like flies. I think getting the confusion on the Onix would have helped us beat him sooner had he not snapped out of it. Moving on, we head on to Mount Moon and destroy every trainer in our path. Some of the easier trainers such as the Bug Catchers are heavily weak to Psybeam, which helps us out in the early game a lot. We encounter Team Rocket in Mount Moon for the first time and ruin their hopes and dreams of whatever they were doing in there. Obviously we pick up the Helix Fossil, you probably knew this anyway, but as they say, comment anyway, as comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Moving on, we go straight for Cerulean Gym and take out all the trainers' Pokemon. However, when fighting Misty, we take down a Staryu, but her Starmie proves too powerful and takes us out with a Water Pulse. Instead of trying to take on Misty again, we go against Gary Oak and his team. Luckily enough for us, his team was easy peasy and goes down to a few Psybeams. However, that Abra will later become an issue for us. Following this battle, we head towards Cerulean Cape to meet Bill and wipe out every trainer along the way. I also taught Secret Power to Porygon instead of Tackle, as I thought it'd be smart later on. It wasn't really. We save Bill's butt and head back to Cerulean to attempt Misty once more. This time we are at level 25 and her Staryu goes down to 1 Secret Power. Her Starmie confuses us, but with our new move Recover as well, we stall her out to go for the win. I think without Recover we would have had to have been much higher level than that. We take on the Rocket Grunt and grab the TM for Dig. Pory can't learn it though, sadly. Following this, we catch a Meowth and name him HM. Yes, this guy's our first slave. We then head to the Poke Fan Club and listen to the old guy talking about his Rapidash. In return, he kindly gives us the bike voucher, which we redeem for a bike in Cerulean City. And no, I wasn't going to pay 1 million Poké Dollars for a bike in case you were wondering. We then run back to Vermilion City to board the SS Anne and head straight for the next rival battle. We use Secret Power on Pidgeotto and take it down. We then use Secret Power for an Oko on Raticate and Kadabra. Ivysaur then sends us to sleep, but we wake up and hit a critical Secret Power to win. We rub the captain's back and get HMO 1 cut to give to our Meowth. We enter the Vermilion Gym and struggle to get the doors open. I think it took me something like 4 attempts to get it unlocked. I would go into detail about the LT Surge battle, but it's pretty boring as I swept every one of his mons with Secret Power. Following the battle, I swapped Agility out for Shockwave to give us some type coverage against water and flying types. We headed back past Cerulean to go to Rock Tunnel. Porygon easily swept most of the trainers' Pokemon and we picked up Aerial Ace, which will be soon later replaced in Secret Power. By the time I'd walked into and out of Rock Tunnel a few times, I soon quickly learned the ways to go through the cave. Leaving the Rock Tunnel, I headed straight towards Celadon City. I tried to avoid as many trainers as possible as I didn't want to be over-leveled for Erica's gym, seeing as all the grass types in this game are dual poison except for Tangela because he's cool. I headed into Celadon Gym and took out 3 trainers. Stupidly, I didn't learn Tri-Attack because of the silly speed up button. I really wanted that move too. I quickly took out Erica with mostly Psybeam without fail. Following beating Erica, I jumped on my bicycle and pedalled down the cycle road to Fuchsia. I went straight through the Safari Zone, picked up the Golden Teeth and Surf. I returned the Golden Teeth to the Warden and received Strength for the Victory Road later. After our Safari adventure, I went into Koga's gym and pretty much one-shot his team. Muck gave us some issues, but went down pretty easily to Psybeam. We had previously taken out the Rocket Game Corner and so headed to Saffron City to find Giovanni in the Silphco building. Here it says before this week. Before we had to take on Gary though, what a pain. Our first attempt goes well until Gyarados takes us out with Dragon Rage. Our next 2 tries we get all the way to his Venusaur, but it manages to send us to sleep and take us down with Razor Leaves. I would have thought we'd had more bulk than this at level 48 and 50. Our successful run only happened because Venusaur missed its sleep powder, meaning we could take it out with 2 Psybeams, pretty lucky if you ask me. We picked up Lapras and named it HM as this will be our Surfmon. We take on Giovanni and his Nidoqueen gives us some issues and paralyzes us, but when Kangaskhan comes out, our Trace Poison Point ability poisons Kangaskhan, meaning we're able to use Recover to heal up from a narrow 15 HP. This one was close. We also got Poison on the Rhyhorn, making this battle much easier to finish. Next we battle Sabrina and I make some stupid mistakes. Her Venomoth uses Supersonic and her Mr. Mime takes us down quickly alongside our Confusion. The next time she proves easier than I expected, however this might be something to do with our smart learning from the previous loss. We mostly use Aerial Ace as her Pokemon are all glass cannons and can't take a physical attack well. Following Sabrina, we surf south of Pallet Town and reach Cinnabar Island. We head straight into the Cinnabar Mansion and clear it out pretty quickly to grab the secret key for the gym. We clear through the quiz in the gym quickly with all that Pokemon knowledge we have stored in our head. We take on Blaine and struggle with his Pokemon landing Fire Blast and burns on us. However, eventually at level 60 we manage to get a lucky run where we avoid a burn and take out his powerful Arcanine. I think this Pokemon is the worst Pokemon we've had to face yet. Following this, we head for Giovanni and pretty much sweep his team despite a poison from Nidoqueen. In between gyms I taught Porygon Blizzard, which proves helpful against the surrounding rock types, which will also help out in Bruno's Elite Four battle. After beating all 8 gyms, we take on Gary for the last time before the Elite Four, and he caused some real issues with Alakazam and Future Sight, which brought our HP so low that Venusaur could take us out with Razor Leaf. We try the battle again and use Recover in a smart way against Alakazam to stall him out with Gary's potions and berries. Luckily for us at level 64 we can take a hit from Venusaur and finish him off with 2 Psybeams in a row. We battle through Victory Road fairly quickly and teach Porygon Double Edge, which was a huge mistake due to the recoil damage we take from it. We take on Lorelei and lose quickly to Slowbro's Hypnosis and Surf, so I decided to grind up a few more levels to see if we could live a few more hits. Luckily for us we did get hypnotised, meaning we could take down Slowbro after surviving a few surfs. We also took Lapras out fairly easily and managed to push past Jinx's Lovely Kisses to get the win from Lorelei. We go into Bruno's fight optimistic, yet we are halted in our tracks by Hitmonchan and Sky Uppercut due to it being stab and super effective despite a 15 level gap. The second time at level 71 we attempted Bruno again and managed to reach his Hitmonlee, but can't survive a Brick Break due to the damage Hitmonchan was leaving us on at half health. We try a third time and both his Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee are outsped by a Porygon, meaning we can get a double edge Oko on both of them. We then easily took down his Onix with Blizzard to beat Bruno. We then take on Agatha. Her Gengar manages to survive a Psybeam and Confusion to then pull a Confuse Ray on us while stalling with Double Team and Toxic, meaning we can't beat it. We then attempt Agatha again and take it out much faster to avoid it stalling. We then took out the rest of her team with Psybeam in 1 or 2 hits without taking too much damage. Following this, we battle Lance and take out his Gyarados with some issues using Psybeams and double edges. We then take down his Aerodactyl pretty easily. However, we fall to 1 Outrage from his Dragonite. We try a second time, but fall to Outrage quickly once again, despite us being 12 levels above his ace Pokemon. This was pretty frustrating as I attempted this battle maybe 10 times in total. We then get a lucky run where his Gyarados goes down without doing much damage on us. We outspeed Aerodactyl for 1-shot Blizzard, and the same happens to Dragonite after he takes us to 10 HP with Outrage. We then stall his Dragonite with Recover and the fact that they hit themselves in Confusion from Outrage. We then beat Lance due to this. Going into Gary's fight, I forgot to use an Ether on our Blizzard, meaning we had no power points left for that move. However, despite this, we got to his Gyarados, who annoyingly took us down to 9 HP with a Hydro Bump while surviving on 1 HP itself after being hit by a Psybeam. Unluckily for us, it outsped and took us out. If we had fainted that Gyarados, we may have had a solid chance of winning this, or so I thought. We try again with Blizzard at full power points. Pidgeot goes down to 1 Blizzard. Alakazam goes down to 1 Blizzard and a Double Edge, which took us to below half health due to a hit from Alakazam. We managed to stall the Rhydon with Recover, live an Earthquake and take it down with 1 Blizzard. We survive a Dragon Rage from Gyarados with just 16 HP. Luckily, whilst recovering, Gyarados missed a Hydro Pump which allowed us to heal to full health. I tried to take Gyarados down without him going into healing health range, but failed and took a lot of recoil damage from Double Edge. I need to get rid of this move at this point. Gary heals his Gyarados 3 times in a row. This was disastrous on our PP for our moves, but we eventually took it down, but by this point we were so weak that Arcanine got a burn on us that destroyed us. He then takes us out with an extreme speed. I tried the Gary battle 3 times before realising I need to grind, so I took on the Elite Four a few more times until I got to level 76 at Agatha, meaning I could mostly take out a poison type team. I also took on Lance once again quite easily, living 3 outrages from Dragonite and a Hyper Beam without much trouble. However, due to not having elixirs or ethers, I couldn't restore PP, meaning I entered Gary's fight using Struggle, which then obviously I lost. At this point I admitted defeat and flew to Celadon City to go to the game corner. I had a plan to get Thunderbolt, which cost 4,000 Pokecoins, and sold my entire bag contents, which only gave us just under 3,000 coins. I then went straight to the slots and tried my best to get the jackpots, and as you can see I was pretty lucky. The last 3 7s came only 3 rolls after the previous jackpot, which gave us enough to get Thunderbolt. I replaced Double Edge as the recoil was too much and the special stat on our Porygon was too high to not utilise. After this I ran back to Cycling Road to grab the max elixir at the bottom, as I knew it would be needed before Gary's battle for our lower power points. Using Thunderbolt I swept through Lorelei's team again. I think it helped that I was level 77 at this point too, but I enjoyed watching their HP trickle down one by one. I then retook on Bruno and took out his team briskly and easily using a combination of Blizzard until my low HP suffered to a cross chop from Machamp. Realising my weakness, I went back to Saffron City to grab TM Psychic from the bald guy in the house at the bottom row. I replaced Psybeam out and went back to the E4. Bruno was a one-hit kill sweep with both Psychic and Blizzard. The same happened with Agatha's team as Psychic worked on every single one of her Pokemon. Looking at our stats, you can see our special attack is much higher than the rest of our stats. Luckily enough for us, both T-Bolt and Psychic are special moves, making both Lance and Gary an easier piece of cake for us. I then used the max elixir before entering Lance's room, as I know I'll have enough PP following him to take on Gary too. We take on Lance and Oko his Charizard, miss a Blizzard on his Aerodactyl and then hit for a one-hit KO. We then missed Blizzard twice on Dragonite annoyingly but took him out with a third. At this point we ran out of PP on Blizzard, so I finished up with the Dragonairs with Psychics, whilst making sure not to miss any attacks despite our paralysis from Thunder Wave. After Lance I used an Ether on Blizzard, as I knew it was essential we'd have the move available to us. Going into Gary, he used a Feather Dance lowering our attack, however due to our moves being special this doesn't affect us. We Oko his Pidgeot with Thunderbolt, his Alakazam sets up a Reflect, waste of a move in my opinion. We then use Thunderbolt and get a lucky paralysis. Unfortunately for us, Alakazam's Synchronize ability gives us paralysis back. We then finish Alakazam off with another Thunderbolt. We take out Rhydon with a Blizzard before it gets a hit on us. His Gyarados outspeeds us, but we manage to pull past the paralysis, survive a Hydro Pump and take it out with T-Bolt. Arcanine comes in and outspeeds us with a Flamethrower. Luckily we can't get burnt due to paralysis. We retaliate with a Psychic which takes it to half health. We use Recover, but Arcanine takes us to just 3 HP with extreme speed. The fact we didn't get paralysed on that turn was unbelievable. We restore to half HP and recover until we hit full HP again. We then go for another Psychic and take Arcanine down despite 2 Flamethrowers in damage. Gary brings in Venusaur, which we tried to go for a Psychic but then get paralysed. Luckily for us, he uses a Solar Beam, giving us a free chance to recover. We then go for another Recover, following the Solar Beam to ensure that we're at full health. Venusaur uses Growth, which could become an issue if not resolved. We go for a Psychic and nearly take Venusaur out. It goes for another Growth and it heals using its Citrus Berry. We outspeed next turn, go for the Psychic, taking it out and winning the league. We enter the Hall of Fame and Porygon is forever recognised as a champion. I hope you enjoyed this type of video on the channel, and if you stayed for the whole thing, comment victory.mp3 in the comment section down below. Be sure to let me know if you want me to do more challenge videos like this, as I thoroughly enjoyed myself throughout this project. Be sure to subscribe and press that notification bell to know when I upload next, and I'll catch you all next time.